Hey guys, it's Kevin, and this is my long-term review of the PlayStation 5. So I've had the PS5 for over a year now, and it's been great. The PS5 launched back in November 2020, and even after 43 months, it's still hard to get. So today, I'll share my experience of owning one, likes, dislikes, and updates since launch. So let's get started. Okay, so you've probably seen the PS5 design or at least heard about it, and it's huge. Here's the PS5 compared to a Nintendo Switch. There were plenty of memes floating around when Sony first announced it. It looked like a wireless router, tower fan, and even Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! I think Sony designed it this way to make a statement. With a white and black design, people are going to notice it no matter where you put it. TV stand, side drawer, or desk, it's going to stand out. I didn't like the design at first, but now it looks nice. I like the matte white sides, and if you look close, and I mean really close, you can see the tiny PlayStation icons. I don't like the glossy black center though, since it looked cheap, and it was a fingerprint magnet, but I was able to cover it up with a D-brand skin. You can also change the entire PS5 with D-brand's dark plates to give it that stealthy look. Sony did release official ones back in January, so I'll leave a link to that and anything else I mentioned in the description box below. No matter what color the PS5 is, you want to use that black plastic stand that's included in the box. In horizontal mode, you should in order to prevent the PS5 from wobbling, but in vertical mode, it could be optional, but the rubber bottom adds some friction so the PS5 won't slide as easily. In the end, the PS5 will look amazing no matter what color, location, and orientation it's in. Alright, once you're lucky enough to get a PS5, first thing you'll probably notice is how fast it is. And it's crazy fast. Just navigating around the new home screen feels fast. Opening the PlayStation Store, launching games. Did I mention that it's fast? All of the speed comes from the new specs, the custom CPU, custom GPU, and faster storage. On the PS4, I would pause a game because the load times were so long, and on the PS5, I would gladly close the game and launch it again. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate takes advantage of the new SSD and literally takes 8 seconds to launch and load a save file. Although the SSD speed is impressive, the usable space is not. The box says 825GB, but that's not including the OS. In the settings, the amount of usable free space is 667GB. I mainly play Japanese RPGs, so some of the games can be gigantic. Final Fantasy 15 took 110GB, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate was 91GB, Kingdom Hearts 3 was 59GB. That's almost 40% of used space. You can attach an external SSD, but you can only store PS5 games, not play them. And in September 2021, Sony released an update that allowed M.2 SSD support, but more on that later. So one of the main reasons to buy a PS5 are the games, exclusives and non-exclusives. The PS Store shows just about every game, PS4 and PS5. Fortunately, the PS5 is backwards compatible with PS4 games, so if you have some of those, you're good to go. But if you have PS3 or even PS2 games, you're out of luck. Every gamer is different, but I consider myself a casual gamer. I usually play JRPG games like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts, and the occasional action games like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart and Kenna Bridge of Spirits. So how are the games? Well, it depends. Some games can do 4K HDR if your TV or monitor supports it. I uploaded a TV setup tour video, so I'll put it in the cards and link it below. There are a few modes you can choose from when playing a game. Performance mode is the smoothest looking version, up to 1800p at 60fps without ray tracing. Some games have a performance RT mode, which is up to 1440p at 60fps with ray tracing. And fidelity mode is the best looking version with a resolution of up to 2160p at 30fps with ray tracing. The detail and textures are at the highest quality and the amount of reflectiveness you see is amazing. Personally, I prefer performance mode for that smooth 60fps gameplay. Also, the PS5 is quieter compared to the PS4, which sounded like a vacuum. The new DualSense controller is an absolute game changer. It's a little bigger than the PS4 controller, but it feels a lot more comfortable. The buttons feel nice to press and it charges via USB-C. In July 2021, Sony released a couple of new colors, Midnight Black and Cosmic Red, and in January there were a few more colors, Galactic Purple, Starlight Blue, and Nova Pink. And just like the PS5, if you look really close, you can see the tiny icons on the back. The new haptic feedback and adaptive triggers make you feel like you're in the game, and the best game to experience this is Astro's Playroom. It's more of a demo than an actual game because you don't really do anything, but the haptics make sand feel like sand, and you can feel Astro walking around. And the triggers add a resistance when you press it. Whether it's climbing a wall or flying in a jetpack, it adds a sense of realism. Not all games support them, so it's up to developers to implement these next-gen features. The PlayStation app is a great companion to the PS5. If you're away and it's in rest mode, then you can search and download games to the console, and you'll get a notification when it's ready to play. You can also see who's online and start a group for message and voice chats. One update that Sony added recently was the ability to automatically upload captures from the PS5. As long as it's on or in rest mode, then any screenshot and video clip up to 1080p and 3 minutes long will be uploaded and available on the PS app for 14 days. Since launch, Sony released several updates for the PS5. One of the biggest one was M.2 SSD support. This allowed PS5 owners to install extra storage for more games. There are certain requirements listed on the PlayStation website. It's recommended that the SSD read speed is 5.5 GB per second or faster. Other updates included 3D audio through TV speakers, game platform version, PS5 or PS4 for the same game, trophies are now listed vertically instead of horizontal cards, and a customizable control center. You can now change the position of each icon to your liking. I no longer need to scroll all the way to the right just to turn off or put the PS5 in rest mode. Overall, the PS5 is great. It feels next-gen with a lightning-fast SSD, new DualSense controller, and 4K support with ray tracing. And that's it for my long-term review of the PS5. Let me know what your favorite PS5 features are and what games you've been playing. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!